conversation about mood swings and fatigue. Many of us experience them and feel like we just have to accept it. It's just part of what happens with aging. We've been conditioned that feeling exhausted or riding a roller coaster of emotions is just part of midlife. But what if I told you that age doesn't have to define your moods or your energy? We have the power to take control of how we feel. And in today's Kiss from Kristin, I'm going to debunk 3 of the excuses that we give ourselves and give you 9 options on how to take back control of your energy and of your moods. You've likely heard it said, or even said it yourself, that it's just part of getting older, or everyone feels this way. We've all had a lackluster night of sleep or the extra aches and pains and just blame it on age. Sure, you can assume that this is just the natural progression of life and go on, or you can challenge those thoughts. If you're not excited about being labeled as Oscar the Grouch, you don't have to buy into these aspects of aging statements. I encourage clients to look for the evidence that what they want is possible. If you can find one person experiencing the life that you desire, that's proof that it's available for you once you start implementing the actions that are going to move you towards that. And I believe that you're going to find people that are in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, their 70s that aren't subscribing to all the getting older excuses. What are the choices that they're making that you're not? Maybe you've given yourself the hall pass that you're stressed because you don't have time for self-care. It's hormonal and there's nothing you can do. Subscribing to the mindset that if you work harder right now, someday you'll have time to take care of yourself, that's really just feeding yourself a bucket full of lies. The sooner you grasp that the to-do list is never meant to be done, the sooner we can get to the root of your health problems that you've been dealing with. This habit of putting off what you need to do for yourself until this undetermined time in the future, that is actually the habit that is driving the poor choices that are leading to your fatigue and your mood swings. And then there's the excuse that you just haven't had enough caffeine yet. The truth is, excessive caffeine and energy drinks, they are actually exacerbating the fatigue and the mood swings that are going on. I'm not saying go cold turkey on caffeine. What I'm saying is be honest about your actual consumptions, and is that really necessary? Because studies have shown that performance is actually hindered by caffeine consumption. So if we can't blame age and stress and caffeine for our energy and our mood, what's left? Diet. Let's use the analogy that your body's a car, and every choice that you make is putting miles on the car. Are they easy miles or are they hard miles? One thing my dad taught me was that there is a difference between highway miles and city miles. One is hard, one is easy. So what kind of miles are you putting on your car? So if your choices are racking on the miles, what kind of miles are you putting on your car? Hard or easy? These are all choices, not just the ones that happen in the kitchen, but those are the ones we're going to focus on today. How are you fueling your body? When it comes to your car, I'm sure you consider the grade of gas that you're putting in your car. If you have a high performance car, you're going to want to put the better quality gas in your car. So what kind of fuel are you putting in your body? If you're putting in junk, you're going to have performance problems. Another lesson from my dad was never put sugar in the gas tank. I don't know why he thought I needed to know that, but it's a valid point. So how much sugar are you putting in your body's fuel tank and expecting to get your best performance? So let's talk about these 9 diet choices that are behind what you're feeling with your mood swings and your fatigue. These are choices that you might not even realize what a slight shift would do for your performance and letting you finally not feel like you're older than you want to feel. So the first one is excessive sugar. So is there an amount that's okay? That's a question I get asked. And it's kind of like, is there a number of cigarettes that it's okay to smoke? You know there's going to be a problem. And what the right amount for you is going to vary. But what is important is that you know what you're consuming right now on a daily basis. Be honest with yourself. Know what your sugar intake is, because there's a lot of places it's hidden. And once you know where you're starting from, you can make a choice. How much do you want to reduce it by? Do you need to reduce it? And a little tip around sugar, if you're making something from scratch and it calls for sugar, you can half the amount of sugar that the recipe calls for, and you're really not going to have a change in the taste or the overall product. Number 2 is skipping meals. This is not really talking about intermittent fasting. What I'm getting at is an irregular pattern of meals, your body not knowing when it's going to get fed. Our bodies want consistency. It wants to know when fuel is going to be coming. And when you're all over the place with when you decide to feed yourself, you're going to see drastic swings in your blood sugar balance, which is going to cause fatigue and mood swings. Number 3 is highly processed foods. Fast foods, instant meals, packaged snacks. Often these contain all kinds of additives, unhealthy fats, refined carbs. All of these are going to have a negative impact on your mood stability and your energy levels. Number 4 is low protein intake. Do you know how much protein you're taking in? This is an area that I find a lot of clients that I work with, they really don't know, and they are not getting enough protein. And protein is key to balancing your blood sugar. When blood sugar is not balanced, you're going to have mood swings and fatigue. It's important to include a little bit of protein in every meal and snack. Next is overconsumption of caffeine. Relying on multiple cups of coffee may feel like it's boosting your energy, but if you actually are tracking your energy, I'm confident that you are going to find that there's a point that your mood and your energy crashes. Next is lack of hydration. Not drinking enough water gives you a false feeling of hunger. And coffee and soft drinks and energy drinks, they don't get to count when it comes to hydration. Unbalanced diet. Is your diet lacking healthy fats, complex carbohydrates, fruits and veggies? I find there's people that go a whole day without fresh fruits or vegetables. Yes, supplements are easy, maybe necessary, but do try to get as much nutrients from your diet as you can. Then we have overindulging in highly processed carbs like breads and pastas and pastries. Yes, they're tasty and easily accessible, and they spike blood sugar. They're not a never food. They're just another one that you need to know what is your consumption and just moderate it. And lastly, we have alcohol consumption. Alcohol will disrupt sleep, dehydrate the body. It affects your neurotransmitter levels and leads to fatigue and emotional instability. Fatigue and mood swings often stem from imbalance in our lifestyle and our food choices, like the ones mentioned above. By making mindful choices in these 9 areas, you're going to transform how you feel on a daily basis. So now that you've heard these 9 choices, it's okay if you're scratching your head wondering, where am I going to start? Guess what? You're not alone. If you're feeling a little stuck and not knowing where to start, I've got a secret weapon for you. It's my Midlife Magic Quiz, a 5-step framework that's going to be your GPS to better choices. Let's transform confusion into confidence. Did you catch the common denominator in these 9 choices? Blood sugar balance. Check out this video for why it matters to all of us, not just diabetics, And remember, change starts with small steps. Often, support makes the steps feel more doable. So check out this video if you want to see what support might look like for you.